morning in the 50s. We'll take that, and it's supposed to warm up this afternoon as well.
Live from KSAT 12, Good Morning San Antonio starts right now.
And good morning to you. It is time to rise and shine. It is 6 a.m. on your Monday, February 5th.
Yeah, welcome to the new work week. We hope you had a wonderful weekend, and we hope you survived that wind yesterday afternoon.
It was really gusty. There were predicted winds as high as 50 miles per hour for Sunday, and Mike says we got very close.
Yeah, 49 was the highest wind gust reported out there at the airport. I actually bent my flagpole on the front of my house. It was blowing so hard. So it's still very windy this morning. Wind is going to ease, not quite that windy, but it's going to ease up a little bit by the afternoon. And this week is overall a nice looking week. It's going to start off, I think, prettier than what it's going to be ending up as with more clouds. We'll get to that in just a second out there. A lot of clear skies. We've dropped now to 51 degrees here in town. Still 8, 10, 12 degrees above the respective normals all around the area. A pair of 50s there. Kerrville, Comfort, 48 in Bernie Stage, 52 right now in New Braunfels as well as Randolph. And there's that wind out of the north at 10, 15, close to 20 miles per hour sustained winds. We're still seeing gusts to 30 at Kerrville, 22 at Port SA, and 20 right now in Bulverde. And like I said, windy throughout most all of the morning and the first portion of the afternoon. Mountain Cedars on the high side. Mold is low. The updated count is going to be coming out a little bit later on this morning. Temperatures, we again may fluctuate another couple of degrees. Still going to stay well above normal. Clear skies to start off, good looking sunrise, and we've got a chunk of clouds moving in for the middle portion of the day. Then those are going to be kind of splitting up a little bit more, and we'll finish the day with a lot more in the way of sunshine around here. Clear skies tonight. The wind subsides, dry air, so that's going to allow things to get much cooler tomorrow morning. Probably the coldest morning we're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the week because things will start to get much warmer going in toward the end of the week. Got a rain chance to talk about, maybe chance and a half of rain, if you will. That's coming up a little bit later on. Traffic Authority, Mrs. Horn's favorite son, Justin.
Thank you, Mike. I love these introductions. TransGuide looks good right now. We've been looking at a lot of the pictures here. The only real slowdown we've had is I-35 in O'Connor. And look, you don't need me to tell you this, but I'm going to say it anyway. The buses are starting to head out at this hour. Be safe around the buses. If they got the stop sign out, you know what to do. Stop. Even if it's you're coming the other way. If you're on a 2-lane road, you got to stop for the buses, and know that those flashing lights in the school zones will be coming on soon too. So you'll want to take it slow. I know you know that, but we always, want to throw it out there. 35 at Southwest Military looks good. 37 at Jones, no issues here. We'll go to the maps, and basically it's all green. We've got a couple stalls. So far, they have not resulted in any slowdowns. We've got one near downtown and another right at I-10 and 410. And we've been showing the I-35 O'Connor area. It's improved. So it looks like maybe they've picked up some of the construction there that was causing the slowdown. And that stall at 410 and Babcock, not causing any slowdowns, at least not yet. We'll see things pick up here within the next half hour or so, and we may start to see some slowdowns. As soon as we do, we'll show them to you. Guys.
Thank you, Justin. Happening today, a big concern for people in one West Side neighborhood will soon be in small pieces. The city of San Antonio is beginning demolition this morning on parts of a damaged pedestrian bridge.
It's on Castroville Road near Dahlgreen Avenue, and Katrina Weber is there with a live report.
We heard neighbors' concerns recently in one of our Know My Neighborhood segments. Katrina, what are they saying about the scheduled demolition?
Well, our Avery Everett spoke to them just last week, and they were glad and relieved to see this coming. Now, that demolition, first of all, they've been dealing with this problem for about a year. The demolition set to begin at 7 this morning. Things here already starting to take shape. You can see some of the orange cones in the middle of the road. We have workers going around putting those down to steer traffic away from the work areas. Now, we first told you about the damage a year ago, last February. A dump truck driver drove into the Pedro Romero pedestrian bridge with the back of his truck still raised. That left only the ramps of the bridge still standing. Since then, neighbors have been concerned about not just the way it looks, but also about their safety. Some of them spoke to us during our Know My Neighborhood segment back in October. Now, after a year, the city is finally addressing the problem. Again, demolition set to start at 7 this morning. Plans also call for the installation of a 4-way traffic signal here, and the city is still conducting studies to figure out what what to do about the pedestrian crosswalk. While this work is going on, this traffic here on Castroville Road will be reduced to just one lane in each direction. And also there's a bus stop that was here that is now gone, that's been removed. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. And we originally told you about residents' concerns last fall in one of our monthly Know My Neighborhood episodes. You can get a larger look at all of our Know My Neighborhood stories right now on our website, KSAT.com. Just scan this QR code on your screen.
New this morning, San Antonio police tell us a man is in the hospital with serious injuries after a hit and run overnight on the city's west side. It happened after 1 a.m. on Old Highway 90 near Westfield. Police say a man and woman were walking down Old Highway 90 when the man was hit by a car and thrown into a grassy area next to the street. The driver did not stop to help, so police are searching for them this morning. So far, there's no description of the suspect or the vehicle they were driving.
Bexar County first responders were able to rescue 5 dogs from a fire out in Elmendorf late last night. This happened on Waterwood Pass after 10:30. Fire crews say a mobile home was on fire when they got to the scene, but they were able to rescue 5 dogs from a kennel area next to it. People who lived there at the time were not home and no injuries were reported. So far, there's no word yet on the cause of this fire.
A family that lives in this house you're about to see on Mohawk Street will have to stay somewhere else for the time being after fire took out the front of their southwest side home. Firefighters got there around 7 last night. Crews on scene say the back 2/3 of the home is still livable. However, the front of the home was destroyed. No one was hurt. Investigators are now trying to figure out how the fire started.
And topping your morning headlines, the Senate has released a highly anticipated $118 billion package that pairs border enforcement policy with wartime aid for Ukraine, Israel, and other U.S. allies. However, House Speaker Mike Johnson declared it dead on arrival if it reaches the chamber. Former President Trump has urged Republican lawmakers to oppose the deal. Supporters of the wide-ranging bill in the Senate have pledged to push ahead despite the opposition and could hold an initial vote on the bill on Wednesday. If passed, the bill includes $20 billion for immigration enforcement and increased screenings for fentanyl and other drugs.
Over on the West Coast, 40 million people under flood alerts as a historic storm in California brings torrential rain, punishing winds and mudslides. Several months worth of rain could fall by Wednesday. 900,000 power outages were reported overnight with hurricane-force winds reaching up to 80 miles an hour. Governor Gavin Newsom has declared a state of emergency for 8 counties, which will allow the National Guard response if needed. Well, this week also marks 6 months since the terrible fire in Maui that killed at least 100 people and devastated that island.
ABC's Melissa Don went back to find out how the rebuild is going so far.
It was just 6 months ago when a massive inferno ravaged the historic district of Lahaina, which was once the capital of the Hawaiian Kingdom, as well as a national historical landmark.
Yeah, he gotta go.
At least 100 died, 3 still missing, over $5.5 billion in damage, and more than 2,000 households remain displaced in one of Hawaii's worst disasters on record. Insurance executive Mahialani Strong is a Lahaina native and on the front line of the work to rebuild.
There's a lot of people that underbought insurance because they didn't plan for something like this to happen.
She says the process of filing out a claim is a challenge.
Imagine living in a home for 20 years and having to inventory everything you had in that home in order to collect your check.
As of last December, more than 3,900 homeowners have filed insurance claims in the Maui fire, with nearly 1,600 of those properties suffering a total loss. Roughly 30% of claim money has not been paid, equal to more than $456 million.
I think some of my biggest frustrations are fighting for what I believe they should be getting and getting a kickback or having to wait till it goes through a process.
But with so much about the future still so uncertain, the community taking comfort in the past, leaning on traditions and ancient wisdoms.
Ho'omaka is to see the beginning. So when you're a navigator, you have to see the beginning of the horizon and know that you're going to chart a course to reach your destination.
Melissa Adon, ABC News, Maui.
Back here at home, now is the time to make sure you register to vote. You've only got one more day to register to vote in the Texas primary in March and submit an address change for the midterms. That deadline is today. You can check your status, verify your info on the Secretary of State's website, Texas Secretary of State's website. Early voting will begin towards the end of this month, and Election Day, of course, is coming up on March 5th. Right now, 6:09, 52 degrees.
And after the break, the rodeo road trip is almost here for your San Antonio Spurs. A preview of where they're headed first Wednesday night.
If you're headed out the door at 6:30, about 20 minutes to go. Justin will have an update on your morning traffic, and Mike has our work week forecast. What could have been a nice send-off for our Spurs before the rodeo road trip turned into a blowout this weekend. Spurs were able to hang in with the Cavs until they started to pull away. Second quarter, Donovan Mitchell dropped 31 points as the Cavaliers handed the Spurs their fourth straight loss. Victor Wembanyama got his 24th double-double with 19 points and 14 rebounds. Keldon Johnson had 17 points. Knows this is still a team that's still a work in progress, rather.
I mean, I think we fought through it, and we continue to grow as a team, continue to stay together, have each other's back. And this is definitely like character building for us. It's never going to be easy, and on nights like this, when you don't have the energy, you got to find a way to get it done. And
Spurs will venture to 9 NBA cities across 26 days. So Johnson, being one of the few veterans of the group, gave some advice for the lengthy road trip.
Take care of your bodies. I have no worries about this group. We're pretty close, so I feel like we'll probably be doing everything together while we're on the road and enjoying each other and things like that. So, I have no worries. I think we all have each other's back. So I think whether it's playing a video game or going to get team dinner and things like that, I think that we'll make it fly by pretty quickly.
What's the go-to thing you have to pack on a trip like that?
My PlayStation. Well, my gaming laptop now. But I gotta pack that for sure, 100%.
All right, let's get a couple wins, guys, if we can. So this week, Spurs are at Miami, 6:30 start Wednesday. Quick turnaround, face Orlando, 6 o'clock start the next day. And then they're at Brooklyn on Saturday for a 5 p.m. tip then. So 3 games coming up back to back to back.
And with our Spurs heading out for the rodeo road trip, you know what that means. It's time for all the rodeo dirt to fill the Ross Bank Center. So it will change from the home of our Spurs to the home of the rodeo. So that's happening this morning starting at 7, and we will be there for all the action.
Right now, KSAT.com, all the info you need to know about this year's rodeo, which starts Thursday and ends Sunday, February 25th. If you're looking to save some money, and who isn't, there's some deals you can grab. Just head to our website, and there you can look at how you can be budget friendly at this year's San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo.
Not a bad idea. Time now 6:15, and it looks like things are still kind of slowing down there at I-35. Let's check back with Justin Horn this morning.
Yes. Power up.
Yes, I did. There we go. Can you hear me?
Keep talking.
Now we're good. Sorry. Microphone issues. That's my fault. Let's take a look at I-35 and O'Connor. Once again, we have a slowdown here. And one thing we're noticing, we're starting to see some flashing lights. And what we're seeing here is what looks like a stalled truck right there. You can kind of see it there in the distance. And that is slowing things down yet again here at I-35 and O'Connor on top of the construction we have. So that's a spot we'll be watching. It looks like traffic is indeed starting to slow down again, and even perhaps slowing down in the opposite lane inbound. So that may cause a few more issues here for the next, say, 30 minutes or so. You remember we had gotten this all green. It had been a slowdown before, and now it's starting to show a slowdown yet again, and it could be because of that stalled semi. So just heads up, that's northbound. Southbound still looks okay. We've also got a stalled car there at 410 and Babcock. That's been there for a while, and it has not slowed down the traffic, so that's okay. There's one more look at I-35 and O'Connor. And I'll put it on the rotator here and look at some other spots. I'm not noticing anything. 37 at Jones looks good. And looking at 37 in Hackberry, looks good there too. And most of the other spots, not a problem. There's 35 in Topperwine. That's kind of where that slowdown starts. You can see some flashing lights there too. That's construction, but that's the stalled car. or Stoltz Semi 35 and O'Connor.
I like how you circled almost like a telestrator. That's what happens when you have a weather guy do traffic.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I like the visuals.
You know, John Madden perfected it. So
Yes.
working on it.
We love it.
Yeah.
Very good.
Thank you, Justin.
Anytime.
Dirt in the Frostbank Center. Two things that always amaze me when I've been in there before when they bring in. They take gargantuan sheets of plastic and cover every seat. I mean, how they get those there and then fold them back up again. And what you never think about, too, is all the dirt that's not just on the arena floor, but back underneath, because that's where all the animals are. What we don't see, the behind the scenes, that whole place is just filled with dirt. So, and they do it so methodically. Obviously, had a lot
routine
of
now.
with it, so.
Yeah.
All right, if you are getting ready to hit the bus, light jacket, not a bad idea. We're at 50 right now, mostly clear skies. Going to have some clouds midday and then back up to 65 later on today. So mostly sunny skies. Windy this morning, and then the winds are going to start to kind of ease a little bit as we go into later on this afternoon. I love this picture, and he loves the view. Look at that. Love the shot of that cardinal. Thank you very much for the KSAT Connect picture. All right, out there by the airport, obviously everything is just very clear out there, lots of clear skies. We aren't getting as cool as what we could get, again, because the wind is keeping the air stirred up, so that doesn't allow the heaviest, coldest air to settle to the surface. 35-mile-per-hour wind gust right now out in Kerrville. Again, yesterday we did hit 49 at one point, the wind gust out there at the airport. Satellite picture, obviously nothing is showing up right now. Like I said, we are going to get one little chunk of clouds right around midday. There, that big circulation, it produced a huge tornado in Georgia yesterday. That's the same system that brought us at sometimes severe weather late Friday night, early Saturday morning, some more of that beautiful rain. Now we're on the backside of it, and that's why we've got this beautiful weather around here. But what's going to be happening is this ridge right here is going to start to work its way, kind of covering the area, and so it's not going to be as cool as we go on through the rest of the week, and we'll get more moisture coming in here, and then also that will eventually, all these disturbances riding along that jet right there coming in from the southwest, that's going to give us maybe a sprinkle Thursday, maybe Friday. I think the best chance is going to be Saturday, but then that low will then just push everything on out of here and get us another, somewhat cooler shot of air, but also drier air coming in here by Sunday. Here's what it looks like as far as the humidity, though. Enjoy it today and tomorrow. It starts to work back in here Wednesday, Thursday, and then as we get in toward the latter part of the week and the weekend, we are going to have, at least Friday, Saturday, a lot more humidity around here. So you will definitely notice it. Excuse me. I got choked up about all the humidity coming back in here, because when you get those dew points above 60, that's when you really start to, like I said, kind of notice it a little bit more. A lot of clouds around here toward the latter part of the week, Thursday, Friday. Some models want to try and scare up a stray shower or two Thursday, Friday, maybe, just because we have so much moisture coming back on in here. But I think the better chance of rain is Saturday. And this doesn't mean it's going to be raining constantly or everywhere. This is just the kind of the chance for some rain Saturday morning in through a good chunk of the day. And then we're going to be clearing on out in behind that. So forecast today, again, 65 today. Roughly a normal high temperature. Tomorrow, much cooler in the morning, because we're not going to have the wind really to deal with. Then we get up to 68 in the afternoon, 70 on Wednesday, and that's going to be the case through the end of the week. A lot of clouds, humidity comes in here, which you can really tell when you've got those low temperatures staying that much higher, 58 by Friday morning, and that chance of rain comes in here pretty much on Saturday.
You need a football or a field goal post up on Sunday, buddy.
Yeah.
I've put that out of my mind now since the Lions got beat. So,
Gotcha.
What's going on Sunday?
A game,
the other football
unfortunately,
teams
that your team is not participating in this year. Yeah. So is next year, Mike Osterhage.
Walking the cattle drive on Saturday, and little kid, everybody's taking pictures, and one guy goes, "Go 49ers!" I said, "Did you say that?" Just goes, "Yeah." I was like,
he knows.
Wow, I know. It was great. I loved it.
Thank you, Mike. 621, 52 degrees.
Well, a federal judge says millions of Apple customers can now sue the App Store. We're going to look at why in your consumer headlines.
I'm getting vaccinated with Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I already got a pneumonia vaccine, but I'm asking about the added protection of Prevnar 20.
If you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions like asthma, diabetes, COPD, or heart disease, or are 65 or older, you are at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Prevnar 20 is approved in adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most common side effects were pain and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, and joint pain.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
I don't want to risk ending up in the hospital with pneumococcal pneumonia.
That's why I chose Prevnar 20.
Ask your doctor or pharmacist about the Pfizer vaccine for pneumococcal pneumonia.
Good morning consumer headlines. A federal judge has cleared the way for a major class action lawsuit against Apple. The company is accused of monopolizing the market for iPhone apps by banning non-app store purchases. Apple account holders who spend at least $10 on app content may be eligible to sue.
Google is reportedly planning changes for its artificial intelligence tool called Bard. A document leaked on social media says they include changing Bard's name to Gemini. The document also suggests a Gemini paid tier debuting on Wednesday and an app for Android coming soon.
And Joe Rogan has reached a new deal with Spotify that takes his podcast to other platforms. Multiple reports say it's worth $250 million. Rogan's show was the top podcast last fall, and he is based up the road in Austin.
And time now, 6:25 and 52 degrees for now.
Let's check TransGuide real quick. Justin, any accidents out there right now? Nope.
Going.
All right, thank you, sir. We are tracking these flashing lights right now. It's down stalled vehicle 35 at O'Connor. We'll be back. Monday morning, we are in it together. Good morning, everybody. Time to rise and shine out there. We are still waiting for the sun to come up. Maybe it has pulled the covers back over its head this morning.
Yeah, maybe. It's Monday. Good morning. It's 6:30, Monday, February 5th.
Thanks for starting your morning with us. Mike Ostrage is here with more on our conditions for Monday. And looking ahead, what do we wear today, Mike?
Maybe a light jacket this morning. We're not that cold. It's just still very windy out there. You definitely need one the next couple of mornings, and then it's going to get much milder toward the end of the week. Still got that wind from yesterday. Not as strong as yesterday when we hit a peak wind gust at the airport up to 49 miles per hour. And this morning, it's going to be windier than this afternoon. It'll start to ease up just a little bit. 51 degrees. So again, not bone chilling, but light jacket weather. Dew points at 41, which means the air is still fairly dry. We could drop down a whole lot more, but again, the wind keeps the air kind of stirred up a little bit so we don't get the coldest temperatures in a situation like this. 49 at Lotus, 48 at Bernie Stage, 46 at Uvalde and Los Maples. Everybody else is in the 50s as of right now. And again, those winds, 24 mile per hour up there at Kerrville, 12 at the airport, 15 Port SA, gust to 35 right now up there at Kerrville, and 22 at Port SA, 30 in Maples and at Los Maples, pardon me. And then Mountain Cedar's on the high side. Mold is low. It's going to be interesting to see what the Mountain Cedar count is today after the windy conditions yesterday afternoon, because this reading was yesterday morning. So the windy conditions yesterday afternoon as well as this morning. Again, that updated count is going to be coming out just a little bit later on. So we've got plenty of sun today. We'll have midday clouds, then they'll clear back out and breezy. And with the clear skies tonight, that's going to allow for a colder morning tomorrow, but then even warmer in the afternoon. Then we start to see some changes, a little bit more in the way of humidity. Some more clouds come in here later on, really starting Wednesday and the latter part of the week. More humid as well. Low temperatures are going to stay very warm end of the week. We do have perhaps a couple of sprinkles Friday, late Thursday, Friday, slightly better chance of rain on Saturday, and it is going to be very mild this weekend. All those details coming up in just a couple of minutes. Traffic Authority, the man, the myth, the legend who never misses a three-point shot in his basketball games.
I wish. Man, these intros keep getting better, but that's patently untrue. I miss a lot of shots these days. Hey, Mike, those clouds that are coming in, they're not here yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still waiting on those through about midday. So if you're heading out, we're starting to see the sunrise, a little bit of light on the horizon. If you're heading out maybe within the next 30 minutes or hour, know that you got to put the visor down. You're going to take the sunglasses with you, especially if you're heading east with some sun this morning. Hey, this is the one issue that we still have out there. I-35 in O'Connor, you see the flashing lights. There is a semi that looks like it's stalled there, and I'll do the telestrator thing one more time. It's right there on I-35 in O'Connor, and it is causing some slowdowns in the northbound lanes. So you see the flashing lights there. Southbound lanes still okay, but we're seeing volume starting to pick up, so we know that it is going to get a little bit busier. That slowdown's right there between O'Connor and Topperwine, basically, is where we're seeing things not move as fast. We still have the stall at 14 and Babcock. This is still not causing any issues. The rest, all the other highways look good. All the construction has been picked up there on 1604 as well. So not a bad morning commute yet. We know things will pick up here fairly soon. Guys.
Thank you, sir. We are now about 30 minutes and counting until a big problem for people in one local neighborhood is set to go away. The city of San Antonio beginning demolition this morning on parts of a damaged bridge.
It has been a concern for people who live near Castroville Road and Dahlgreen Avenue. Our Katrina Weber is there with a live report.
All right, Katrina, so demo set to start at 7. How long do they think it will take?
Well, from what we've been told by the Public Works Department, this project won't be completed until the summer. Now, just about a half hour ago, we had crews start to put down these orange cones and these barricades to steer traffic away from the areas where they will be working. They will begin taking down the ramps of the bridge, the only parts that are still standing after a crash last February. A dump truck driver failed to lower the back section of his truck, then drove into the pedestrian bridge, causing the damage. Since that time, neighbors have been concerned both about the way this looks and the dangers that they feel this presented. They shared their feelings with us during our Know My Neighborhood segment back in October. Several people told us now that they're looking forward to this demolition. The city says plans also call for installing a 4-way traffic signal here, and a study is underway to determine what to do about the pedestrian crosswalk situation. Now, for now, this work will have traffic reduced to just one lane in each direction. As you can see, it's all blocked off right there. And workers began putting down those orange cones, as we mentioned, about a half hour ago. This is scheduled again to be this way until this summer. Reporting live on the west side, Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Katrina. And we initially told you about residents' concerns last fall in one of our monthly Know My Neighborhood episodes. You can get a larger look at all of our Know My Neighborhood stories right now on our website at ksat.com. You can just scan this QR code on your screen.
New this morning, San Antonio police say someone shot a homeless man overnight. Now that man is in critical condition while the shooter is on the run. Happened around midnight in the 5400 block of Evers near Loop 410 on the northwest side. Police say the man and a woman were staying in a tent behind a shopping center when a man approached them, and after a brief confrontation, the man shot the other twice in the stomach. The suspect ran away and the victim was taken to a hospital. The woman was not hurt. So far, no word on any arrests. Well, this morning we're tracking the latest developments on the ongoing border crisis. 14 Republican governors joined Texas Governor Greg Abbott in Eagle Pass over the weekend.
They told KSAT's Daniela Ibarra that they're frustrated with what they say is the president's failure to act. And some people she spoke with in Eagle Pass are upset with what Abbott has done, while others agree with him.
At its heart, Eagle Pass is vibrant and rich with culture. It's why Jesse Fuentes loves calling this border town his home.
You always get an opportunity to be connected to your roots.
He's upset the public's perception of the city is now mangled by the razor wire. Glimmering coils stretch along the border for miles.
You know, that concertina wire is brutal.
Juanita Martinez says it's left a scar on the city's reputation and on those caught in it.
The community's exhausted. We're exhausted from the situation.
A situation hitting a peak in December. Thousands of men, women, and children waiting to be processed by Border Patrol, filling a massive field. Several Republican governors blame what they say is the president's inaction at the border for increased crime and drug issues in their states.
It's very clear that this is not just a fight that Texas is having. This is a fight that all of us have to engage in.
Every state in our country now is a border state.
It's why they're backing Governor Greg Abbott's decision to take control, which he's done at Shelby Park.
First of all, I think the local residents around here are angry, and rightfully so, because their area, their neighborhoods, their golf courses, their shopping areas, all have been invaded.
That's not true, Mija. That's not true at all. Right now, we're being invaded by the crazy people that he has incited to come here and to wreak havoc on our community.
Martinez and several others want the state to back off and get out.
We need our park back. I want Governor Greg Abbott to get the hell out of our community.
Here in Shelby Park, Governor Greg Abbott says the state's takeover is actually helping border security. He claims that in the last 3 days, the number of migrant crossings here has dropped to 3 people a day. In Eagle Pass, Danielle Ibarra, KSAT 12 News.
In response to the border crisis, a bipartisan group of senators on Capitol Hill have come up with a funding bill. It would tie billions of dollars in new foreign aid to the first major overhaul of the country's immigration system in years.
However, roadblocks are already on the horizon for Republicans in the House.
As ABC's Ike Ajachi explains, House Speaker Mike Johnson is already calling the bill dead on arrival.
This morning, it's the first major overhaul of the country's immigration system in years. Senate negotiators unveiling the $118 billion bipartisan agreement to overhaul immigration policies. The bill includes $20 billion for immigration enforcement, the hiring of thousands of officers, and increased screenings for fentanyl and other drugs. The measure also includes $60 billion for Ukraine, $14 billion for Israel, and $10 billion in humanitarian aid for people in Gaza, the West Bank, and Ukraine. President Biden praising the deal, writing, "Get it to my desk so I can sign it into law immediately."
We cannot let politics get in the way of passing this legislation. The senators have to drown out the noise of politics and politicians who tell them not to vote for this bill for political purposes.
The proposal comes after months of insistence from House Republicans that any aid for Ukraine be paired with legislation to address the record number of migrants coming across the southern border. Still, Republican leaders dismissing the proposal a short time after lawmakers released the bill's text. House Speaker Mike Johnson saying the Senate's bill doesn't go far enough and that it will be dead on arrival in the House. Senator James Lankford, the lead negotiator for Republicans, responding to Johnson's criticism.
I'm a little confused how it's worse than I expected when it builds border wall, expands deportation flights, expands ICE officers, Border Patrol officers, detention beds, how it creates a faster process for deportation.
Former President Trump publicly urges Republican lawmakers to oppose the deal. Johnson denying House Republicans are taking directions from Trump.
Of course not. He's not calling the shots.
According to Customs and Border Protection, border encounters have dropped by more than half this month, following a record-setting December when agents encountered nearly 250,000 migrants along the southern border. Ike Ajachi, ABC News, Washington.
And coming up tonight on the Night Beat, talk about a nightmare vacation. A man from San Antonio says his girlfriend almost died after being drugged in Mexico City. Right now, Anthony Grigsby and his girlfriend, Rachel Villarreal, are still in Mexico City. Now, Anthony says someone put drugs in their drinks while they were out sightseeing. Rachel has been in the hospital since January 16th. And Anthony says they can't return home until Rachel is well enough.
I just want people to be aware that these things happen and that they need to take a lot of extra precaution when they are traveling out of the country.
Unfortunately, this kind of thing has happened to other tourists. Tune in for the full story tonight on the Night Beat at 10.
20 till 7, 51 degrees.
Look out there with live cam. A little windy still, 51 degrees, but not as windy as it was yesterday afternoon. It was almost ridiculously windy. I'm so glad that my husband put the basketball post down so it wouldn't go flying anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, 6:44. It's Black History Month, and events are happening this week all around town. So this morning we wanted to tell you about a few of them.
That's right. First up, beginning on Thursday, you can check out the play A Raisin in the Sun. So it will come to life at the Public Theater of San Antonio on West Ashby. It tells the story of a black family living in Chicago in the 1950s and dives into their dreams, struggles, and perseverance. The performances will run through February 25th.
Also happening Thursday, 9th annual Black History for Children book exhibit. The goal is to promote literacy and the study of Black history. The exhibit will offer books for children, provide a recommended reading list, share information to improve children's reading skills, and offer some reading time with a special guest. There'll also be a free book giveaway.
Also on Thursday, you can check out a one-of-a-kind Black History river tour along the River Walk. It will start at La Villita and explore African American influence in San Antonio. The 100-minute cruise will explore Black history all along the Riverwalk.
And finally, there's a lot happening at the Carver Library in East Commerce. There'll be a breakfast lecture Thursday morning at 10 featuring Dr. Charles Gentry with the Office of Historic Preservation for the city of San Antonio. The presentation will focus on some of the early black business leaders whose drive and entrepreneurial spirit helped to build the economic foundation of a thriving African American community in San Antonio. So if you missed any of this information, don't worry, we've got you covered. We have a full list of events on our website. Head to KSAT.com, look for this story. And while you're on our website, check out other great stories we have for Black History Month.
And time now, 6:46, and still problems on I-35. Let's check back with Justin.
Thanks, Steph. Our friends over at TransGuide have zoomed in on this stalled semi here. So you got some construction going on, first of all, but then you've got the stalled semi. It looks like there's a Hero truck there. All in all, this isn't slowing down traffic that much, but this has just been kind of a slow area already this morning, so this just kind of adds to it. Again, that's at 35 in O'Connor. Those are really the only flashing lights we're seeing. We did just get this accident coming in here, but that's the slowdown there along I-35, and you can see that northbound really starting to back up now quite a ways past O'Connor. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and move the map, and we'll check in on this crash near downtown. Looks like on the east side. Okay, so this is off the main highway. This is near East Houston Street. We'll check in on that, but that doesn't seem to be causing a lot of issues. And then let's zoom back out and kind of get a big picture look here. It's just at 35 and O'Connor area that's a slowdown, and then you're starting to get your normal slowdowns out west along Highway 90. That will pick up here within the next half hour or so. So Monday, not bad, but we are starting to get a few incidents popping up on our traffic maps.
Thank you, Justin.
Once we got rid of the rain from Friday night, early Saturday morning, had some gorgeous days. Sunrises, sunsets were spectacular. Case in point, take a look at this picture. Isn't that pretty?
That's pretty.
Love how they captured it right in between the two trunks on that tree right there. Thank you very much. Great looking shot out there in Hondo. And speaking of good looking sunrises, yes, as the glow is overtaking the city as of right now, a lot of clear skies in this picture, maybe, one or two little clouds well down there to the southeast. And if you kind of squint, you can sort of see it on this picture, a little bit of this darker shade of gray that starts to move in. So some of the areas, especially off to the east, are reporting mostly cloudy skies as of right now. Much of our area is clear to mostly clear, just one or two clouds. But like I said, we are going to be seeing a few more clouds kind of sticking around or filling in middle portion of the day, then they'll clear back out. The big story again this morning, and leftover wind from yesterday, 15-mile-per-hour winds, Kerrville, Port SA, 12 at the airport. We have gusts to 24 in Kerrville. At least it's settled down slightly, but still a decent breeze out there, and that's going to be the case throughout the first portion of the day. Temperatures are going to be steady, fluctuating another couple of degrees here or there. A few of those clouds, a few more late this morning, early afternoon. We make it up to the upper 50s, low 60s at noon. We're going to finish up just about a normal high temperature, mid-60s, what you'd expect this time of year. Wind is going to continue to subside. So with the clear skies, dry air, light wind overnight, that's why we're going to be seeing even colder temperatures tomorrow. Here's the low. This one produced some severe weather yesterday in the deep south. This is what gave us the weather Friday night, all of that rain, some of it severe, those storms. And now on the backside of it, that's what brought in the beautiful weather for the weekend, but also the very windy conditions. So we're going to be staying about normal the next couple of days, and then we start to feel the influence of this ridge building on in here, and that's going to be late Tuesday, especially Wednesday in the latter portion of the week. A lot more moisture comes in from the Gulf as well as from the Pacific Ocean on that southwesterly flow. We'll get some little disturbances kind of riding along that, and that's why they're maybe a sprinkle, just because there's so much more moisture getting pumped on in here late in the week. Maybe a sprinkle Thursday, Friday, but especially Saturday. And this is going to be throughout the day on Saturday. Then that low is going to get everything kind of like what the last one did. Shove it on out of here, get us into another quick northwesterly flow. So what that's going to do is give us a nice looking, almost fell off this little riser here, give us a nice looking weekend, the latter half of the weekend. Today, 65 at later on today. 68 for a high temperature. I almost stepped off there.
I know. The Olympics aren't till this summer, Mike.
That happens sometimes.
Okay.
So if I'm not
no
paying
diving
attention.
yet.
So humidity is going to come back into the picture, and that's going to hold low temperatures in the mid to upper 50s late in the week. A lot more clouds around here starting Thursday for the start of rodeo. And there you go, Mark. Look what I put on the
Yeah,
side.
Oh, thank you.
for the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
Who?
The Super Bowl. I
Super
know your
Bowl.
team's not
You mean
there
the game
yet.
lines aren't in?
Aw.
Right. This year. Yeah.
It'll be worth a watch. Thanks, Mike.
Fake it till you make it, Mike. 10 till 7, 51 degrees.
And here's a look at what's coming up on Good Morning America.
Good morning. Coming up here on Good Morning America, we are drenched in Los Angeles. Behind me, the typically and 12 hours ago, nearly dry Los Angeles River, it is rabid this morning. And this is just after the overnight, more than a month's worth of rain, but we have months worth of rain left in the next 48 hours to come. This is just the start. We've seen mudslides, water rescues. We've got teams all over California, and we'll bring you the latest on this storm. Also coming up, how AI is changing the way we shop via Amazon. You'll see those stories and so much more on GMA.
Valentine's Day, less than 2 weeks away. If you're looking for something kind of crazy to mark Valentine's, look no further than the San Antonio Zoo.
For a $10 donation to the zoo, you can symbolically name a roach after your ex, and it will get fed to one of the zoo animals. So we have all the details, on KSAT.com.
It's a return of Cry Me a Cockroach over at the zoo.
Graphic is much better. All right, let's go ahead and check back on the roadways with our friend Justin.
Crunchy.
Crunchy, ew!
Looking at I-35 in O'Connor, we have still some flashing lights here. This is a stalled semi. It's on the shoulder, but it is causing backups quite a ways now, all the way back to Randolph on I-35 northbound as you head towards 1604. That's kind of the one big incident we have. Otherwise, we were detecting a crash near the Frost Bank Center. That's now gone away. You have the slowdown up there along I-35. Now starting to see some slowdowns in the southbound lane as well as you pass 1604, and then some slowdowns still along Highway 90, and then we still have a stalled car on 410. Otherwise, there's no big crashes, and that's the good news for the Monday morning commute, Mike.
Thank you very much, sir. Beautiful start this morning. We've got lots of clear skies out there. Few clouds well off to the east, and we'll see a couple more as the morning rolls on. Low 50s, so on average 8-10 degrees above normal, and very windy. Not as windy as yesterday, but we still have some gusts out there, and that's going to be the situation throughout the first portion of the day. And we're going to make it up to 65 later on, and then much cooler tomorrow. But then the end of the week is going to be warmer, more humid, maybe a few showers on Saturday. Why do people hate cockroaches so much? Because they scurry so quickly?
I think the list is endless for a lot of folks, Mike.
Just asking.
Yeah.
They're not very clean. They're kind of ugly.
They fly, by the way.
And they fly.
Yeah.
Happy Monday.
Yeah, have a great day.